Do you remember them as the Berenstain Bears? Or the Berenstain Bears? With an A or an E? What started as a funny internet argument has grown into a global phenomenon known as the Mandela Effect. It's this strange, collective memory of things that supposedly never happened. Did Nelson Mandela die in prison in the 1980s? Did Darth Vader ever actually say, "Luke, I am your father"? Was there a movie called Shazam starring Sinbad as a genie? Most people just laugh it off, blaming bad memory or alternate timelines. But what if it wasn't a joke? What if it was a symptom of something far more terrifying? Meet Dr. Adrian Keller. For him, these aren't just funny quirks of memory. They're scars, wounds in the very fabric of reality. In his small, dark apartment, surrounded by notebooks filled with meticulous, frantic notes, he remembers his secret project deep in the Nevada desert. Izebi remembers the Horizon engine. Imagine a chamber buried half a mile underground, a vast space like a metallic cathedral. In the center, a shimmering sphere hangs suspended, humming with an unnatural power. This was the Horizon engine. Colonel Briggs, the military man in charge, called it a window into time, but Keller, a scientist, knew better. Windows don't hum, windows don't bleed. At first, the tests seemed like miracles. They predicted storms. They foresaw market crashes. The world above celebrated wins it couldn't explain. But with every activation of the engine, reality paid a price. A logo on a coffee cup would change overnight. A secretary would swear her favorite cereal was once called Fruit Loops, not Fruit Loops. Soldiers would argue over famous movie lines that had suddenly, inexplicably changed. Everyone laughed it off as a glitch in their brains. But Keller wrote it all down. Every anomaly, every scar, he knew these weren't memory slips. They were wounds left behind by the engine. The military, hungry for more, decided observation wasn't enough. They wanted to send a man through. A young, nervous soldier named Private Laramie was chosen. His mission: step into the engine's field, jump forward 2 minutes, and report back. Keller pleaded against it, but his warnings were ignored. The chamber filled with light. Laramie vanished. 2 minutes later he reappeared, his face pale with terror. "I wasn't alone," he gasped. His mind shattered. There was something in there. The next day, he was gone. The official report called it stress. Keller knew it was a warning. By 2001, Keller's notebooks were overflowing. Oscar Mayer, the Monopoly man, had a monocle. I swear he did. Where's the portrait of Henry VIII eating a turkey leg? The more the world outside laughed at these Mandela effects, the louder the scars screamed at Keller. He knew the engine wasn't just letting them peer through time. It was tearing holes in it. And every time they looked through, something was looking back. Let's go back to that underground cathedral. The Horizon engine chamber wasn't a clean, sterile lab. It was a place of awe and dread. The huge copper dome overhead hummed a low, metallic hymn, and the sphere at its center was hypnotic and wrong, its surface rippling in ways that hurt the eyes. The soldiers saw a weapon. The politicians saw a prophecy machine. But Keller saw a wound that was growing wider with every test. With each activation, the fabric of reality frayed a little more. A janitor cried when his daughter's name, always spelled with a K, was now on her birth certificate, spelled with a C. Keller's own assistant found lab notes in his own handwriting, but written in a style he'd never used. Keller himself woke up one day with a strange, surgical-looking scar on his palm that he had no memory of getting. The military brass called it collateral damage. Keller called it the beginning of the end. The project escalated. They sent another man through, test subject 43. This time, he came back screaming. Not in English, but in perfect, ancient Akkadian, a language dead for 4,000 years. His body was blistered, his mind gone. "Shut it down," Keller begged. But the colonel saw it as a success. The subject came back alive. That was all that mattered. Then came the final activation. The year was 2012. The plan was simple. Send an unmanned drone through for 60 seconds. The chamber was filled with soldiers. The countdown began. As the drone vanished into the light, a new sound filled the chamber. Screaming, not from the drone, but from the soldiers. An invisible force tore through them. Bones snapped. Flesh was peeled away. Through the chaos, a voice emerged from the engine. Not one voice, but hundreds, all speaking at once. "You tore the veil," it said. "You let me in." The glass of the observation deck shattered. Keller fell to his knees as the surviving soldiers, their eyes glassy and empty, began chanting the same phrase over and over. This never happened. This never happened. This never happened. Then, with a final, dying howl, the Horizon engine went silent. The government sealed the facility, burying the truth under tons of sand and lies. Keller fled, a ghost haunted by his notebooks and the knowledge of what he had unleashed. It wasn't just memory that was collapsing. The engine had opened a door, and something had walked through. Something that was now here, with us, changing our past one tiny detail at a time. The Mandela Effect isn't a glitch in our brains. It's the echo of its arrival. The scars are real, and the story is far from over. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as chilling as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Want to tell what you think? Let me know in the comments below. For my full content, go listen to my podcast, Don't Drink That. Wherever you get your podcasts, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, don't drink that.